Sean and Primrose Cox always wanted to make a difference. From childhood, Sean had a deep-rooted desire to help others and to make an impact in the world. With a passionate longing to aid her peers, Primrose would give fellow classmates her own shoes while she herself would go barefoot. Moving to Uganda in 1996, less than a year into their marriage, would ultimately change their lives. Unaware of it at the time, God planted the seeds of future ministry while they lived in Kabale for 2 years, a rural community in southwest Uganda where Primrose grew up. While residing there, Sean saw firsthand the needs of people living in a developing country, and Primrose herself became reacquainted with her desire to help fellow Ugandans. It was also during this time that their son, Samuel, came into their lives. Responding to the burden and call of God to help vulnerable children, Sean and Primrose Cox founded Bread of Life African Ministries. Upon learning that the Coxes were looking for land to build a children's home, Primrose's father showed them 2 pieces of property he owned, and he asked, "Which one do you want?" The land they chose is now home to Kirungi Children's Village. After incorporating the ministry, assembling a small board, and raising funds to begin their work, the Coxes moved to Uganda in April 2009. Just a year later, the first duplex nears completion. Their dream of transforming the lives of children is quickly becoming reality. Within just a few short weeks, the voices of children will grace Kirungi Children's Village. Each home at Kirungi will house 8 to 10 children with a house mother or house parents. As funding becomes available, Bolam will construct up to 8 homes on the property. Our target is to bring in abandoned and orphaned children 0 to 6 years old who do not have a home or someone to provide loving care. At Kirungi, a child's holistic needs will be met. The need is great. With an estimated 2.5 million orphans in Uganda, about half due to their parents dying from AIDS, we must respond. Due to no fault of their own, abandoned and orphaned children have become the innocent victims of a ravaging pandemic. All too often, a mother will give birth and walk out of the hospital, or will just abandon her child outside of a public building, or worse yet, in the bush. Such could have been the case with Determined, a 5-month-old baby born to Charity, a 16-year-old single mother. Charity was simply going to throw her baby in the bush because she had no one to help or resources to care for her child. Thankfully, a Good Samaritan has taken in both Charity and her baby. The living situation, however, is only temporary. Oftentimes, parents die leaving young children to be cared for by older family members. In February, a mother died leaving twin 3-year-old boys. A great aunt lovingly brought the children into her own home. Uncertain, though, is how long she can provide adequate care to the children. Sadly, when some parents die, relatives are either unable or unwilling to care for the orphaned children. Thus, children are left to fend for themselves and often end up on the streets. Bolam exists to reduce the prevalence of children on the streets or in adverse situations. You can make a difference in the lives of children like Determined. Your prayers and financial support are urgently needed as construction of the first duplex at Kirungi nears completion. An additional $3,000 in monthly support is needed in order to have sufficient funds to fill and operate the first 2 homes. We are looking for people to partner with us by joining our monthly support team. Monthly supporters provide consistent funding that allows us to operate more efficiently and to plan more effectively. By caring for children, we can change the world. Consider joining our monthly support team or giving a one-time donation today.